Inquisition. So here we're about to go down into the catacombs part. But be careful with your head.
Okay. Oh my.
Even Rocio has to stoop over not to hit her head on these. Wooden beams here up on the top. It's carved out of stone. Also seems like we have a few bricks in here. Here's where they kept prisoners. And here, of course, prisoners who disagreed with the Catholic faith or who practiced polygamy or bigamy. Sometimes they would put people convicted of witchcraft, or for example, they tortured and killed lots of Jews here for not giving up their faith. Put your head again.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like there are bars left on all of these. There's some left. Pretty neat how it's all carved out there. Oh wow. It's a place down there where apparently they put more prisoners even further below.
Yep.
Wow. Watch your head again. Almost hit mine. Watch your head even more. Neat. And here we are coming up out of it. A few more prison cells. Not sure what prison's like back in the US, but I imagine it's not too comfortable either. Interesting.
Wow.
It's neat. I've never been in catacombs before.
Look.
I'll have to put this on the internet to show Caleb and Bridget, because Caleb really likes this archaeology stuff. It's in history. Wow, those look like originals. Carvings.
Yeah. You can go first.
Alright, watch your hands again. Pretty short.
Don't worry about me. Thank you.
That's like some stairs that are not being used anymore. And here's where we saw the prisoner again, where I had my picture taken earlier.
Okay, we're done.
The Panteón de los Héroes. It's the Pantheon of the Heroes. That's the entrance that we're looking at here. On the edges you can see all the different sculptures, and my wife, of the heroes. Here's the heroes there. Here is a pulpit. Let's see if I can get it all in the picture here. That's the pulpit, a really old pulpit that was used a couple centuries ago. Over there, under the tunnel, or the arch, is San Martin, who's the hero, the main hero of Peru, who declared independence. And here on this side, right there under that arch, is Bolivar, who declared independence for Bolivia, Ecuador, Colombia, and Venezuela. Over here, we've got a nice little stained glass window. You can see neat little balconies up there. It'd be fun to be up there for the service. Some nice paintings. We're allowed to take photos here, but only without flash, of course, because we don't want to make anything go bad. Here, in front of us, is the actual centerpiece. Some pretty amazing wood carvings. And you can see more balconies up on the sides. Up on the top, you can see the cupola. Nice and round. Unfortunately, it needs to be repainted, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get around to it sometime. And here to the opposite side of that last stained glass we saw is another stained glass window. And a crew of more heroes. The neat thing is right here in the middle of the floor, there's this big old hole. You see that? A big old hole. And you can see down here, it looks like the tomb of a couple of the heroes.